can listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read.
I'm honestly glad that the black community has finally moved past treating rappers like they're leaders in our community.
So now, since nobody writes their lyrics down no more, there's no substance in the rap game, everybody punching in and everybody freestyle. Not only that, but it's taking a toll on the little knowledge that rappers have. Because now that they don't read and write down their lyrics, they can't read and write shit. I be hosting song wars, I be putting instructions, and niggas still don't read the instructions. I posted yesterday saying, hey, if you're a prod, I'm open to collabing. Go ahead, swipe up for me. Why are rappers swiping up on the post? Producers, prods, read, please, bro. Y'all niggas need to read again. I don't give a what y'all say. Make rappers smart again, bro.
Because a lot of them are genuinely dumb as hell.
Start businesses and how to, but they don't really need to know how to read.
Stop the cap.
And most of them don't even care about black people to start with.
When he said he personally doesn't see racism because so many of his fans are white.
I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
But there was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Wake up, nigga.
It was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police for up reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't
Wake up, nigga.
come at me with that dumb man.
We've seen it over and over and over again. Rappers getting rich off the community while giving nothing meaningful back to the places and people that made their ascent possible. They'll milk the culture, benefit off the image, get rich off telling the struggle, but won't invest a dollar or a thought into actually improving anything or using their platforms to spread a positive message and influence the next generation to elevate, to become scholars or lawyers, doctors, and business owners. But what's worse, even on a personal or business level, when they have a mentality like Joel Santana.
You gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Right?
Shout the season.
You crazy?
That's how they end up with slave deals in the first place and have no one else to blame but themselves. Labels don't even have to trick these rappers like Joel when he advertises how ignorant and uninformed he is. We've all heard the quote, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. That simple quote highlights how powerful literacy and knowledge is.
And I look at literacy, it's almost like a tree, and you know, you've got illiteracy at the root, but there's all these other issues that spring from it. So if we really get literacy right, we will naturally have less crime. We will naturally have less violence. We will naturally have more income going to a diverse group of people. These things will naturally fall in place, but we have to get that part right first.
So we as black people should be doing everything we can to improve our literacy and get to the knowledge that they tried to hide from us for so long.
He ain't lying.
But instead of preaching that and trying to pass that mentality to the next generation, a rapper with influence gets on camera proudly ignorant, proudly anti-learning, and encouraging other people to stay just as dumb as him. And it's sad, but honestly not surprising at all.
You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, what is this, a steak joint? I want steak, nigga.
Now
Stop it. Get some help.
And I think that shit gonna take over.
Nah, but seriously though,
Right?
G-Shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early, cause by the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Shout the season.
Wait, stop. I ain't gonna say that. I don't say that.
This man Jewels was so close. He was on the right path to start with. Kids should learn real life skills, real life budgeting, money management, all of that stuff, especially in high school, but they don't teach it. So that's why people get into the real world and struggle financially, because they don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to budget. They don't know how to save. So by saying all of that, Jules was on the right track until the host pointed out that kids don't know how to read, because literacy in the U.S. is declining as a whole. The literacy rate in the U.S. is about 79% for adults, meaning approximately 21% or 43 million adults are considered to have low literacy skills. A significant portion of adults, about 54%, have skills below 6th grade level.
Just think about that stat right there. That's crazy. 54% of American adults have skills below a 6th grade level. Now take that piece of information and think about the current state of the country right now.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
We live in a country that's dumb. America is dumb from a statistical standpoint.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, about 20% of U.S. adults have literacy skills below the 5th grade level.
Something that a lot of people confuse about the literacy crisis and literacy in general is the fact that, while yeah, some people are pretty good at decoding words. Like, for example, I had a kindergarten student. She could read 2nd and 3rd grade books, but the issue came in when it came to comprehension, because whenever I or the literacy teacher would ask her, why did the mouse do this? When did this happen? This, that, and the third. She could not answer any of those questions. She did not have good comprehension. That's another part of literacy that you have to consider.
Exactly. Just because you know how to say the words doesn't mean you know how to comprehend and understand what the story is telling you, or what the information is being relayed in said passage. You understand? Like, you got to be able to comprehend and understand what you're reading in order to apply it to whatever you're trying to do with it, right? Whether it's fictional, reality, or whatever. The problem is people think, and when I was in school, it was the same thing. You had children who they could say the word, but when you put all the words together in a sentence or a paragraph on a story, they had no clue. They got lost because they were so focused on just being able to say the words. That was the achievement. But no, the whole point of being able to read is being able to comprehend and understand what you're reading. That's why this statement by Jewels is so asinine. Like, it's the stupidest shit you could ever hear somebody say. That's why role models, rappers being role models and athletes is they are the wrong people to look at, but to look up to, as far as, you know, they're anomalies in their careers, right? A rapper, be a successful rapper, a successful athlete, that's not the norm. But being able to read, that should be the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Comprehension. Because what good is it if you can read an entire book, but you couldn't understand that book?
Right.
What good is it if you can read a financial document, a job application, a contract, but you don't understand it?
And clearly, from what Joel said, he's one of those adults that have a low literacy level.
I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be illiterate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can. You know what I'm saying?
What Els is, listen, first and foremost, shout out to Jewels, right? Because I'm not the type of person who like to get on here and just, you know what I'm saying, like dog a nigga, kick a nigga when he down, you know what I'm saying, when he make a mistake. Jewels made a mistake, you feel me? But what I think he was trying to say, in my opinion, is you can figure out how to survive and get through life if you find yourself in a situation where you're uneducated. I think that's more so what he was trying to allude to, and it just came out the wrong way. He said it the wrong way. No freaky, excuse me. But he said it the wrong way. You understand what I'm saying? Not taking away from the fact that he made an error, he blundered, but I know what he trying to say because I'm where he from. You feel me? Like, when you grow up in the hood, you get it. Sometimes niggas shun education because they don't see anything they could gain from it at that time. And then you looking at your current situation and you just, I just got to maneuver through life. I got to figure it out. So you ain't thinking about learning, like, how to read and being a great student. You trying to survive. So that comment is coming from more so of a survival mindset. So let's make sure we keep that in mind. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to it.
Or math.
Math.
What's more important, reading or math? Math is very important, but if you can't read, you can't do anything in life. And the dude sitting next to Joel's with the bandana is just as dumb as hell. If you're driving or going somewhere, how are you going to read signs? How are you going to read the names on buildings if you can't read? How are you going to read a menu to order food? How are you going to be able to read or comprehend any type of job offer that you get? Anything, everything in life has to do with reading. And we do it so naturally, just second nature, because we've grown up being literate. But if you're illiterate, then that will affect every single part of your life. Math is also really important, but to say math, which you use sometimes, is more important than literacy, which you use in every single facet of your life. It's just dumb.
He ain't lying.
I mean, if you turn on TV and look through a menu, you can't even read what a movie or show is about. You just have to look at pictures. Like, how dumb is that?
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube.
Come on, B.
Get some help.
You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read.
That sounds.
Come on, Els. I'm trying to help you out, baby, but this is the problem with pride and ego, especially when you listen to somebody who, I mean, I guess you could fairly say he made it in life. You feel me? That's why you can't confuse success with just intellect. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody is successful, you cannot hang on their every word. You don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, you can listen to an audiobook. I've listened to audiobooks, and then you know what I've done when I listen to audiobooks? I would go on my note and write notes, which you wouldn't be able to do if you're illiterate. Right. And I still don't think listening to an audiobook is the same as taking the time to read information, comprehend it, and process it. I think it's two completely different things. Facts. This man said you can listen to an audiobook.
That's not, I'm reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't have to be.
Nah, like, see, Joel's is speaking more so from a street nigga mentality. This is why we got to get away from the street nigga shit. I said that in my last video, DC Blacks. If you ain't check it out, please go check it out if you got some time. But the street nigga mentality is what Joel's is displaying right now. You understand? Yo, figure it out. You ain't gotta have no education. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you know how to work people and know how to work these different rooms that you find yourself in, then you can figure out how life works. You know what I'm saying? That is a street nigga mentality. And the world does not revolve around the streets. You understand? Like, it doesn't. So we got to get away from that. You know what I'm saying?
One or the other. You don't have to be street smart and book dumb, or book smart and street dumb. Right. You can literally be both. You can have your social awareness, situational awareness, know how to stay on your P's and Q's and protect yourself when you're out and about, and also be able to read a book. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Exactly. Joel's just like, yo, if you're going to be in the streets, the only way you could be a successful street nigga is to be dumb and tough.
Depending on audiobooks as your single source of information is insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power, not to.
You gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you could put it in.
It's out the season.
And then to read it to you. Are you crazy?
Bro, this man said, put your contract as a rapper, which would be worth millions of dollars, and years of your life committed to a contract, which is how artists end up in slave deals to start with. They don't read their contracts, or they give them to lawyers that aren't trustworthy to review their contract.
And if I'm not mistaken, L's been through this himself. You've been through bad business dealing, so why would you encourage this on the next generation coming up behind you? That's the problem with us. This is the fucking problem with us. We get people that's successful in one area and we latch on to their every word once again as if that shit is golden. Yo, I did it this way so you could do it this way too. No, nigga, you blundered and made so many mistakes in your career because you was not educated on what you was doing on your business. So why would you encourage the next generation to make them same mistakes? You want to encourage the next generation to be better than us, to not make the same mistakes that we made. I thought that was the general consensus of being a leader, being an elder, being an unk, being an OG. What the fuck is we doing?
And they end up in these horrible 360 deals where they owe a record label all of their money, all of their
dumbass rappers, B. That's what I'm gonna name this the title of this video. Dumbass rappers. And these niggas got platforms. That's why I created my platform to counteract this shit, man. Listen, man.
sales from music to performances, and they end up broke at the end of the day.
This is how a group can sell 10 million records and be broke. And everyone get ready to do your math. 100 points on an album. TLC had 7. Every point is equal to 8 cents. 7 times 8, 56 cents. That means every time an album gets sold, TLC gets 56 cents. Sell 10 million records, $5.6 million.
From that $5.6 million, the girls were contractually obligated to pay back both their record and production companies for expenses incurred on their behalf, including recording, travel, promotion, and music videos.
Bun B specifically has revealed that UGK was a struggling act. They have never received a single royalty check, and they owe $2 million to Sony. Boosie said he's never received a royalty check. He never made no money from his music when he was on a major label.
That's how important knowing how to read is. That's how important knowing how to comprehend information is.
He ain't lying.
And Joel Santana is a person that was stuck in a bad record deal, who couldn't release records at a time when he was one of the best rappers out, saying,
exactly. Didn't I just say that? I'm from Harlem. Els is from Harlem. I know his story. My nigga, I'm gonna let you.
That is not important to know how to read. Clearly it was when he signed that deal.
Exactly.
Because I think it's important to let the artistic community know, like, this is what you're really dealing with. I'm not making this up. I'm not gassing anything, and I'll stand on this in the court of law and say the same thing. You know, Leo was like, yo, if you don't sign this 360 deal, we're not promoting your records. Not only are we not promoting your records, we're not promoting even the records that we give you.
Right. I've heard that from artists. If you don't sign a 360 deal, because there were artists who already signed and then they want you to then rework your deal to make it a 360 deal. So they're getting money from merch, they're getting money from
touring.
Streaming is happening now, so that's a whole nother situation.
They're invested in the streaming companies but just personally, like, they got their own personal investment into it.
Because they're not making as much. So they're like, if we're not going, we'd rather put our all into another artist who's got a 360 deal than to an artist who doesn't.
Right.
And that has his own situation, and we're just doing distribution. That doesn't really make us any money.
They got apps you could put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy?
Stop it. Get some help.
And the host is so shocked. Look at his face. He
can't believe that nigga saying that.
Believe the dumb shit he's hearing.
Are you crazy?
You got the nerve to ask that man if he crazy. No, you the crazy one, Els. You the crazy one, homie. Everybody in the universe understand that statement you made was asinine, bro. Like, what we talking about, B?
Huh? It probably will.
My man hasn't said a word yet. He is dumbfounded by the dumbness.
Hey, I will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky.
You don't have to read. Shit got to be told to you.
It'll be.
Them niggas got to be high. That's my word. They sitting up there. I'm pretty sure they got to know this is not going to age well. They got to know that.
And I'm not saying that
you don't have to read. Shit could be told to you.
That's
Just know
crazy.
math. Bruh, this
That's
sounds so
crazy.
ignorant. If anything, you at least have a calculator for math that you can put math problems into, that you can get tips for bills and all of that type of stuff. You can do it on a calculator. But not knowing how to read is crazy work. And both of them sitting on a couch, piggybacking off of each other, how unimportant being literate is crazy work.
And my biggest problem with this shit is people say these type of things on platforms where children and the younger generation will look at this and use this as a scapegoat to not pursue higher education. That's my biggest fucking problem with a nigga saying this. I don't have no problem with people making mistakes in their life, choosing whatever path they want to choose in order to mold their life and create the life that they want by any means necessary. Whatever you decide to do, it's your personal decision. But when you get on a platform and you make comments like this, knowing that you have a fan base, you're on a platform that has a community, more than likely, that's the platform has been built around. You're doing such a disservice to people who don't know no better, my nigga. That's my problem, B.
That way, like you don't even know how to read.
Restaurant. Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit at a restaurant.
These niggas is crazy.
Floyd Mayweather
B.
is a billionaire, if not close enough to being a billionaire. Why bring him into the conversation as if he's a normal person? If you're a normal person going to a restaurant and can't read the menu or have to look at pictures or ask people questions, that is embarrassing.
Facts.
And that's not even including if you're taking somebody on a date. You know how dumb a woman will think you are if you can't read a menu at a restaurant, or you gotta take a picture of it, put it in ChatGPT, or you gotta just point to a picture and say, I want that, like a 3-year-old. That's insane that is their thought process.
Like, it's mad shit you gotta read.
You saying that, you just gotta know what you like.
I know what I want.
You ain't got.
Nah, this nigga bugging. I'm done with this. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Jew Almighty. Great video. Again, I ain't got too much to add, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? It's clear. It's a clear cut L for L. Feel me? Jewels took a L on this one. Like the dumbest comment I ever heard in 2025. Thank God the year is almost over, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far. Please go over to Jew Almighty, tap into his platform. Great young content creator. I like reacting to his videos. I plan to react more to his videos. But let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all time. Once again, make sure y'all take care of yourself, man. I love y'all. One.
I came from the bottom, I grew up with roaches and mice. And they threw a party as soon as we turned out the lights. I ain't have a job, but my man had an awesome wife.